Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. In this video, I'm going to share how I cook very tender and flavorful meat. I'll share my go-to kitchen gadget for cooking soft and moist beef in as little as 20 minutes, as well as herbs and spices that work really well with beef or an assortment of meat. I'll also share alternatives to enjoying the taste of fried meat without really deep frying. So let's get straight to it. Here I've got 2 kilos of the sheen cut of meat. I like this cut because it kind of reminds me of the taste of Nigerian beef, but other cuts of meat like the chuck or brisket taste equally good too. I've got 1 kilo of smoked turkey, some tripe, also known as shaki. So there are 3 popular variations of shaki. This one's called the honeycomb, and there are other types like the ox tripe and the book tribe. So over to my spices. I'll use half a tablespoon of thyme, 2 bay leaves, half tablespoon of rosemary, half tablespoon of black pepper, half a tablespoon of thyme, and I'll finish off with some fresh basil and parsley leaves. I'll also use 2 beef bouillon, 2 wraps of Knorr seasoning cubes, 1 tablespoon of vegetable seasoning powder, and half of a large onion, a medium-sized ginger, and 3 garlic cloves. Go on to clean the beef. Not like it's dirty anyways, but just an extra rinse won't do harm. And I'll rinse them into my pressure pot, which I'll show how to use in a minute. Next, I'll give the shaki a quick lime rinse to get rid of any smell, and also cut up any piece that looks too big for me. I'll chop the onions, ginger and garlic as I'll blend them together in a minute. And the other small onion will be used to cook my smoked turkey. I'll also rinse the fresh parsley and basil. Chop, 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 and then set aside. Now I'm going to blend the onion, ginger and garlic, and you can dice this over your beef if you find that easier and quicker, but blending it gives a flavorful juice for the beef to cook in, and the aroma is just out of this world. Next, I'll pour in the blended mix. I've also dissolved some bouillon and seasoning cubes in hot water. I'll pour that in, add the seasoning powder and the rest of my spices. I'll give it a really good mix. Cover, set my heat to high, and just allow things mingle together for say about 7 minutes before I start to pressure cook. I'll go ahead to salt my smoked turkey. This is already cooked as it's been smoked, but I just like to boil for a few minutes, say about 5 minutes. Yeah, and I'll give it a quick rinse, cut into smaller size any piece that looks too big for me. I'll add some onions, cover with water, and bring it to boil. Looking back now, I honestly don't know why I used such a small pot. I guess in my head I was thinking, it's just a few pieces of turkey and only for a few minutes. But yeah, we got there in the end. My turkey's boiled over very quickly, and I think it was less than 5 minutes. So I'll just strain off the water and set aside. Back to my beef. It's starting to boil, and I like to give one last stir before I pressure cook. This last stir is so important to me because it'll ensure all the spice is properly mixed in with my beef and it doesn't settle on one piece when it's cooked. Imagine biting down on your beef and having to taste so much curry or so much thyme on it. Yeah, that's why the last stir is so important to me. Now I can start to pressure cook. I'll let the pressure valve come up, which is the red spot, and that shows there's enough pressure in the pot to cook your meal. So I'll set the heat to medium, and for my cooker that's usually down from 6 to 4, and I'll also set a timer to 20 minutes. Yes, you can go on to do anything else for 20 minutes and be rest assured your beef and shaki is gonna be tender. Honestly, this pressure pot makes me look so efficient when I'm prepping my beef or any other kind of meal that would ordinarily take forever to cook. It takes using it a few times to know the perfect cooking time for your meals because different cookers heat up very differently. And but mine is guaranteed 20 minutes cooking time for my beef and shaki, and say about 24 minutes for cow skin or cow leg. That is the pomo and what's it called now? Bokoto here. It's been 20 minutes now, and I'm going to get my pot off heat to allow the pressure valve go down because for safety reasons the pot won't open if it's not down. I'll add the chopped leaves and allow to simmer for a minute. I normally like to add this last to retain all the aroma and flavor of the leaves. So I'll stir that in nicely and the beef is ready. You can see I've got quite a lot of stock without even adding water from the start of my cooking, which is really good for me. So I'll be saving that for later use. And here's what the beef and shaki looks like. Very soft and tender, I must say, that I'm actually cutting through with a butter knife. And lastly, I'm going to grill my beef for 7 minutes on each side. I'll spray with some Fry Light cooking spray, or you can simply use a pastry brush. Just dab a pastry brush in some oil and go over your beef, and this gives some shine to the beef and it makes it look and taste exactly like fried meat. I'll pop the tray in the oven, use a medium grill setting so the heat is not so much that it sucks all the moisture out of the beef. I'll do 7 minutes first, then flip, spray with some oil, and then do another 7 minutes. I'll also do the same for my smoked turkey. And it's all ready. There you have it. One full tray of tasty beef to cook up some yummy soups and stew. Well, I hope this video was helpful. Many thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more if you like what you see, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.